Well, Jeff, Wednesday out here practice, how'd the guys look?
We were better today. It was still hot, but we did better. I mean, it's third down day, and these guys are pretty exotic on third down, and they've got our attention. Our players can tell how good they are, how well coached they are, and they got our attention.
I was looking at some of Jay's offensive stuff. They do a lot of stuff offensively you have to be ready for, right?
Yeah, Jay's wild.
Yeah.
I told you, I love Jay. I mean, he don't care. He's going to do what he wants to do, and much respect for him. They'll play power football. They've got a good passing game. They got nice tricks. They just do a good job. They're physical. They're just like Jay. Jay's a tough guy, and his players are tough guys.
First year defensive coordinator, what have you seen from that side of the ball in their first two games?
Super aggressive.
Yeah.
Very much like Jay's personality. Is a perfect fit. He came from Western Kentucky, so we have a background with him, and he's just a really good coach. Really good. He adjusts very well in the game. Comes out with some different third down plan that you've not worked on. Gonna show us a ton of stuff. The only person that's got it worse than us having to play against him is our scout team coach having to get it all diagrammed for us.
We were just talking to Robert Henry. Have you ever seen anything like this touchdown streak that he's on to start the second half? That's kind of an unusual situation to break off a long one every week.
No, it's also kind of like when I was telling y'all we were winning 12, 11 championships all the time and winning every close game. You need to enjoy these moments. These are very historic moments. This is really hard to do. So what he's doing is very hard. I won't even say that, I get in trouble, but the odds of that continuing are very, very slim.
Is there anything about the way he or the team comes out to start the second half that provides a little bit of a spark there, or anything you can see that feeds into that?
No, I'd like to sit here and give you some answer to make you believe that, but I think the biggest thing, we've had the ball first. So I do like to go second, just so I can see what their plan is, so we can get in there and calm down and think and give him a better chance. But that as soon as I were to give you some BS answer, I don't like doing that to y'all. So it'd be a bunch of coach talk, games about players, and trying to set them up the best you can. The thing I would be proud of to mention, any player that's ever stayed here and finished their career with us, they're playing their absolute best football when they leave here. And it's just a travesty that Mekhi Hart didn't get to finish his career. J.T. Clark, Oscar Cardenas. Those are big losses for us. We take a lot of pride in developing the whole human, the mind, the spirit, the soul, the physicality of it all. And in this new world of college football, I don't know how many more of my guys I'm ever going to get to see finish their careers here. But Robert chose to stay, and he's playing his absolute best football. And I'm just glad you guys have been here with me long enough to understand that I'm not just giving coach talk. There's a real evolution there, that when Cephas left there, he was playing his best football. Rashad Wisdom playing his best football. Sincere McCormick playing his best football. The ones that chose to stay really left playing their absolute best. And Robert's another one of those people that stood through the process. He stood through the grind. He stayed through the temptation of leaving. And you're getting to see his very best football.
Is there anything you would highlight with him that's changed to bring him to his very best level at this point?
I think he spoke on it, just his mental and physical maturity. He's really just got his mind focused on, the stuff that matters. And he's put the work in. He started in January, getting his body right. I think Ryan Follow and Paul, our nutritionists, they deserve credit for some of this. Robert's the one that had to do the work, though.
Given his production, I know you've said earlier that you expect teams to anticipate loading up the box and that sort of thing with his big playability, but just given that his first touches have gone to the house, is it, not asking to give away your game plan, but is it safe to say that one of the first plays is still to have an inside run to Robert called up, for the first play in the second half, or one of the first plays in the second half?
If it were that simple, everybody would do that, right? Against A&M, it was a scheme. Against Texas State, it was a whole nother scheme. It was outside zone. And then this last one was a 5-man box scheme. So, some of it has to do with what presents itself on the other side. Some of it is he's a freak of an athlete. And most of it is our O-line is winning in those moments. So, yeah, If it was just, hey, hand the ball off to Robert inside first play of the second half, I wish it were that easy, but I understand your point. He does deserve a chance for sure.
Jeff, what do you hope to see out of your defense this week?
Just continued improvement. And I know we still gave up some stuff this week, but I think except for 3 plays, which we said that a lot, I understand. I don't blame your frustration because I'm just as frustrated as is Coach Leb. We were way better, and we just got to get those 3 plays cleaned up.
Jeff, we talked about Kenny Ozawalu's story kind of off the field. What is it that he's shown you between the lines or his strengths as a player that have earned him some more opportunities?
No, he was undersized when he came here, and he's just, he's eating properly, he's trained properly, he's gained weight properly, he's extremely smart, comes from a high character family, he's a high character young man. And like I said, I really believe, if he'll ride this thing out with us, he'll go down in the history books with Oscar Cardenas and Frank Harris and Rashad Wisdom and Sincere McCormick and other great San Antonio legends that have come through here. And he'll have the keys to the city his entire life. When Spencer Burford decides to come back home from San Francisco, he'll have the keys to the city. And this is what's great about our city. It's a destination city. These people want to stay here. They love it here. And I'm excited for the day that they're all here and old enough they can give money back and we can become real studs around this place. And that day's going to happen. I tell people all the time, when I'm done here, the next guy that gets this thing is going to be a lot like I was. Like, man, I appreciate what Frank did. I know Frank was grateful for what Coach Coker did because the city's so wonderful and our university is growing at such a fast pace that I'm excited for all those guys to come back one day.
Jeff, I saw you mentioned Coach Coker. I saw you talk to him on Saturday. What did it mean for him to be there?
Yeah, I just told him thank you again. Just how grateful I was for him. I mean, the things I'm the audacity that I'm complaining because our overhead's not done yet. Where Larry, what he went through, I'm still trying to get the nutrition better, and we're still doing incredibly well in nutrition. But we're still the things we're pushing for. I know what Larry had to go through, and I'm just grateful for that. As Greg mentioned a while ago to Robert, we've been playing football 15 years. But I'm just not wired that way to slow down and be grateful sometimes. My DNA is to always be pressing, fussing, griping, complaining, scratching, and clawing. Which is why I'm shocked Dr. Campos even keeps me around this place, because I know I get annoying. But I want so bad for this place. I want so bad. And we're getting closer every day. But Larry Coker had a huge part of why we are where we are.
Jeff, with A.J. Wilson, what is it that makes him such a dynamic deep threat? What are the skills that he has that stand out?
He's long, he's fast, he has IQ, he has character, he practices hard every day. He's a wonderful kid, got a great mom, and what a blessing he is to coach every day.
He is already kind of more involved in the short passing game here than he was at Houston Christian. It seems like they used him more down the field only. What is it that's been the process like of kind of getting him involved in different types of routes or some things he hadn't done before?
I just getting acclimated. He was a quarterback in high school. It's kind of like Patrick Overmeyer. We're just you got to teach him how to play. So he's just learning the finer things. That's it.
You had the opportunity to scout him and play against him last year. How does that sort of play into the evaluation when you're considering whether you want to bring him in as a transfer?
Well, yeah. I mean, if he'd have been a donkey out there, I wouldn't have wanted him. I mean, he was a thoroughbred, so that made me want him. So, yeah, that has a lot to do with it. There's no doubt, Greg.
Jeff, you mentioned a few times AOB this week. I think that was someone told me that was a Bobby Knight term. Were you a fan of his kind of style of coaching?
It's funny that you asked that because I started out as a basketball coach, and I really was being honest. I was not trying to be a smart aleck.
Right.
I asked him literally. I said, just throwing chairs, and just doing that. What makes your guys play so hard? He laughed and he said, "No, I really don't think so." He said, "I really just believe that's just me having a lack of control." He said, "There's only one thing that motivates all of us," and he said, "That's he didn't say AOB. He said the bad word on bench. And I would say it to you right now, but I think I might have said HE double hockey stick the other day. And my mom got me again.
Yeah.
She's on the right track right now. Like, she actually knows. Sometimes she'll watch my interviews, and they'll be years ago, and she'll think, Greg asked me something, and I'm like, Mom, we haven't played Louisiana Tech in years now. But right now, she's on point. Somebody's got her on the correct YouTube. And I must have said HE double hockey stick the other day, so I can't say. That's why I said AOB.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible, though, right?
It is in the Bible, but my mom, if I don't put it in King James Version and quote the verse, it's not allowed.
Doesn't
She said
count.
it doesn't
Yeah.
count.
There you have it.
All right, Jeff.
Thank you,
How
Ryan.
about-
Well, just
Oh,
real
sorry.
quickly on the wide
Okay.
receiver room.
Yes, sir.
I know you mentioned Jamel.
Yeah.
Just any timeline with him?
I
Just
hope.
what-
We're hopeful. We're hopeful for him and Amador. I just don't know. So they'll be game time decisions. I hope.
Thank you, Coach.
All right,
y'all.
Jeff. Thanks.